John Henry, LowGenius.net, here to discuss some things about conspiracy theories that really piss me off. Right now there's an ongoing series of videos and memes floating around the internet that British Petroleum drilled 2 wells in the Gulf of Mexico, and now they've got their cameras pointing at the wrong one because the oil well in the Gulf, the Deepwater Horizon spill, is still going on, and there's still oil pulling into the Gulf, and it's all a big conspiracy. They're hiding it from us. On and on and on and on. Okay? Bullshit. Bullshit. And let's make something clear. I wish I was making money from BP. I wish somebody was sponsoring me. I wish I was on somebody's payroll, okay? Nobody's paying me to say this shit. I'm telling you this because I see it as the truth. Alright? Nobody's buying my ass. I wish the hell somebody would. These numbers that they're using on these cameras down in the Gulf of Mexico to prove this conspiracy are horseshit. If you watch them, it's real simple. It's real simple. Nah, it's not real simple because it's a complicated math formula that nobody bothers trying to work out. But if you actually look at the numbers, I talked to a couple of surveyors who are friends of mine about this whole Lambert coordinate system and everything else. And basically what you're looking at is, here's a well, and here is your little robot camera. And it's moving around in different places around the well, taking pictures. And so it's moving and it's rotating, and it's moving and it's rotating. And if you look, and if you watch the numbers, it's doing exactly what you would expect it to do, okay? So, let's get over that shit. There's more important things to worry about, and I'm going to tell you what they are. First and foremost, let's get something straight here, okay? When you start attributing to malice anything that can be adequately explained by stupidity, ignorance, avarice, laziness, you're a nut job. Period, okay? When the first thing you think of is, oh my god, it's a conspiracy, you're out of your fucking tree. My mom used to do that shit, and I love my mom to death. She passed away this past Christmas Eve, and I love her to death. She was a good woman, but it was always, if she misplaced something, it wasn't missing. She didn't lose it. It was somebody stole it. I lost my lighter. No, you didn't lose your lighter. Somebody stole my lighter. Always, always a conspiracy. Here's why people do that. Here's why you're doing it right now. Why you, yes, you, I'm talking to you. You. I'm talking to you. This is why you do what you do. So pay attention, okay? You've got this great big spill down in the Gulf of Mexico. More oil than you can even think of, right? 60 million barrels a day or something, or 60,000 barrels a day of oil going into the Gulf of Mexico. 203 million gallons, they figure, were spilled over the course of this thing. And all the science is confusing, and it's such big numbers, and there's nothing you can do about it. And so what people do is they create these elaborate conspiracy theories and hoaxes because it allows them to have some sense of control. First and foremost, it allows them some sense of control. You are now in control. You now have power that you didn't have a minute ago. You felt powerless, and you felt impotent, and you felt helpless. Now you're not powerless. By God, you know the truth. You know the truth, and you're going to find out, boy. You're not powerless anymore. You don't feel like there's nothing you can do. Now here's the second part, and this is important. This is important because I'll tell you what, if there's a conspiracy going on, if I was BP, this is how I'd be doing it. You send somebody out there to distract people and say, oh, well, you know, there's this conspiracy going on and there's that conspiracy going on. Get them on Art Bell's radio program, right? Get them to show up on a couple of news shows. Get some people talking about this. And you know what happens? You know what happens is now everybody's talking about, oh, big conspiracy with BP oil. Oh, there's still a leak going on. You know what nobody's talking about? Nobody's talking about how do we stop using oil. Nobody's talking about how do we stop using oil. We've lost the thread, kids. Guess what? Here we are. Big conspiracy theory, my ass. We're distracting ourselves from the real problem. Because the real problem is not BP. The real problem is me and you and the way we live. And that's what has to be changed. And that's too hard for us to deal with. That's very difficult for us to look at and to face and say, I've got to give up my Hummer. I've got to give up my 3 mile per gallon Escalade that I drive from my air-conditioned suburban home to my air-conditioned suburban office in my air-conditioned suburban that gets 3 miles a gallon. I put $50,000 into that truck. I don't want to give that up. And so we get selfish and we say, well, you know, maybe if we can prove these guys are in some kind of conspiracy, then we'll find out the real truth is there's still billions of gallons down there and we're not doing anything wrong and we're not hurting the planet, it's all fine. You know what? No, bullshit. Pull your heads out of your asses, folks. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep coming out here and doing these videos and then talking all kinds of mad shit about y'all, because I know most people are generally good-hearted. People are generally reasonably intelligent. I understand that. But we're lazy. We don't want to change. We're afraid of it. We don't want to go through discomfort. And that's got to stop. That has to stop, because I'll tell you what, right now, if I was BP, I would love this conspiracy stuff. If I was in the oil business, I would be laughing my ass off at people picking apart Photoshop pictures or picking apart video cameras and going, oh, this is a conspiracy. You're spending so much time on that shit. And nobody's spending any time saying, you know what? How do we stop using petroleum? How do we break our addiction to oil? And as long as we're not talking about that, they win. There's your conspiracy. There's your conspiracy, folks. I could not, if I was running British Petroleum right now, I could not think of a better way to save my ass than to get some jackass to come out here with a videotape and pretend he knows some big secret about this leak. Because you know what? Now again, everybody is talking about a leak. Everybody is talking about a conspiracy. Everybody is talking about what a bastard I am. But they're buying my fucking oil. Duh. Stop looking out there for answers. The truth is not out there. The truth is in here, and in here. That's where the truth is. There are no aliens coming from the skies to rescue us. Your God is not going to come striding over the western mountains to bail your ass out. It's time for us to face ourselves and to deal with the problems that we have, instead of making up new ones because we feel powerless over the ones that we have, but the ones we make up we can control. There is no conspiracy. There is no second well still leaking. It's just not there. What is there is a great big wake-up call for you, me, and the other 6,998 some odd million motherfuckers out there to pull our heads out of our asses and start doing the right thing. So how about we start talking about that?